our mental health. So I welcome all of you who are keen and curious to understand this esoteric subject for their minds. Before we begin, I always like to ground ourselves so that we're in the mood of receiving. We are in the mood of not just hearing, but all that we hear, we put into action and we experience deeper transformation. For that, let's ground ourselves in the present moment first. So please close your eyes, everyone, keeping your back straight, sitting upright. And see if you are open to receive. Just bring your awareness in the present moment, leaving aside all your thoughts for a while by focusing on your breath. Take a deep breath inside of you and breathe out completely. Once again, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Continue with your natural breaths, open mind, open heart, and let's start today. So let's explore what we're going to see in today's class. We will discuss some fundamentals of each chakra. We are going to understand the impact of each chakra on our overall emotional and mental well-being. We will try to precisely discuss strategies for balancing chakras, which ranges from some movements on the mat to some activities off the mat. And also at the end, we will experience a small meditation, which is very nice to kind of touch base on all the energy centers. And it is for energizing and aligning all the chakras. So it is chakra energization meditation that we will be doing at the end. Right? So let's understand the fundamentals of 8 chakras. So as per our scriptures and yogic scriptures that mentions about this energy centers, we have these 7 chakras. There are a lot of chakras in the body, the energy centers, but these 7 ones are important and widely accepted. They are located along our spinal column, and to our surprise, it is corresponding to each of our physical health, which means they are somewhere connected to our important glands in the body. And the location of each chakra is also such that we have our important glands there. And whenever some chakra health is impacted, we will also see usually that a person might have some physical issues connected to the location or the site of that chakra. So it is not like a coincidence that our important glands and the location of chakra really correlates with each other. And because of that, of course, this also has a great impact on our emotional and mental well-being and overall our spiritual health as well. So why these chakras are blocked and what happens that why the energy is not flowing there, let's explore that as well. There's a question mark that if I'm supposed to be aligned with my chakras, they are somewhere located along my spine, then why at all I have some emotional and mental issues or physical health problems? This is one of the glass that we are wearing. Remember, chakra is not the only way, but definitely a very comprehensive and all-inclusive therapeutic model where you will see that how chakra system respects a lot of healing modalities available today, right from pranic healing up to psychotherapy, professional psychologist advices. You will see that everything is covered when it comes to understanding the chakra healing modality for our mind, health, and emotions overall, right? So even if you're someone who is right now struggling to understand the existence of these chakras and you find it really esoteric or you're not sure what's happening, no problem. You don't have to force yourself to believe something that you cannot see, but you will see that how each chakra, let's not call it chakra for now, in case if that pleases you. You can also call this as level of your consciousness. Now we cannot deny that. Our mindset, our level of our consciousness, and how it differs when we rise, when we grow in our consciousness with life's experiences, with different traumas that we go through, the healing that we experience, the connection that we develop with our inner self, higher self, it raises our level of consciousness. And this is what chakras are all about. In yogic language, we call them chakras. But if you just believe in more of the more logical perspective of the whole concept of chakra, you can also refer to this as our level of consciousness and how our particular actions will determine that at what level of consciousness we are operating and what work is needed, what housekeeping is needed in every level. So this is what we're going to explore. So just to understand the chakra basics, let's quickly, in couple of minutes, explore about the prana, right? This is very important concept because just to understand chakra, what is chakra? Some wheel, right? Maybe many Indians already know when we say chakra, it means wheel, vertex, something that is revolving. That is why it is something that is transforming, energizing some energy, distributing the energy everywhere, right? So, as per yoga, shastras or scriptures of like Hatha Yoga, Gerenda Samhita, we have Shada Chakra Darshanam. So all these scriptures they mention not just yoga, I would say, but even in Ayurveda, pranic healing, naturopathy, we all respect this concept of energy medicine and energy, vital force, prana in Sanskrit. So we all have this pranic body. When we speak about koshas as well, many of you might be aware of the concept of koshas, the layers of our existence. We all know that we are not just defined or confined only to this physical body, but we are also something more than that. In many spiritual paths, it is easily said that we are not this body, we are soul. But in yoga, we kind of divide this into some more sub existential layers that we have inside of us. And one of the closest layer inside of us, which is close to our physical body, is our pranic body, right? Also called as pranamaya kosha. When we speak of pancha kosha, the 5 layers, it is the energy body or pranic body. And we have lot of energy channels flowing, and all of these channels, they are helping in particular functions of our physical body as well as our mind. And you will see that there are particular channels in the body, the nadis or energy passages or channels through which the energy flows. So the thing is basically here to understand precisely is that the prana that we understand is flowing in the body does not flow randomly. It has a pathway. Now, I can give you a nice example here if you're still confused that what kind of pathway do I see in my body? You won't see because this is subtle now. The pranic body is subtle, sukshma. So, when you see an aircraft in the sky, do you see roads in the sky? Not really, right? Of course not. But does that mean the pilot is like a free bird to enjoy his nice flight anywhere he wants to? Like, okay, I want to come from, let's say, London to India. And because sky is my, road, the pilot decides I can go anyhow. No, of course, it doesn't work like that. If you see in the aviation map, the DGCA map will be very comprehensive, routes are defined. Think of our pranic body exactly like this. The prana flowing in the body exactly has a defined route, right? So when this prana or the life force, as we say, it moves through this, when some of these nadis from which the prana is flowing, they intersect each other. The important channels in our body called as Ida, Pingala, or Sushumna. Of course, we will not go into the depth of this, but understand that these are 3 essential nadis which are connected to the physical health, mental health, and spiritual well-being or enlightenment experience, as they say in yoga. Sushumna Nadi, the third one. So when these 3 nadis eventually they meet each other at certain point, like a DNA structure, right? So imagine that there are a lot of nadis, but we have these 3 important nadis connected to some major functions in the body. Starting from the base of the spine, they go up like a snake, like a DNA structure. They meet each other, and along the spine we have Sushumna Nadi, central channel. So imagine where these 3 nadis are meeting each other, we have a lot of work happening because there's a powerful flow of prana through these 3 channels, which is connected to my physical health, my mental energy, and spiritual or enlightenment aspect. So based on that, wherever these three nadis are meeting each other, or any nadis for that matter meeting each other, there are small to big chakras. Okay, on the request of Mittal, I'll repeat three nadis again: Ida, Pingla, and Sushumna. Okay, we have some classes uploaded before as well. Like you can refer to a class on our YouTube channel, which is Introduction to Chakra classes. In that, you will find this with proper PPT as well as in little more detail. Right? So you will see that as well. You can refer to that class as well for this specific Nadi details that I'm talking about. Okay? So wherever these channels are meeting each other, that's the address of chakras. A lot of chakras because nadis are every time meeting each other. But when these three important nadis are meeting, we have this important seven chakras in the body. Of course, the seventh chakra is not really considered as not inside of the body. It is more on the outside on the crown, right? So we need to have the prana in the body flowing nicely for energization. And that is why you will see some movements, breath work, activities can help to enhance this energy flow in different channels or nadis and eventually to chakras. So that is why this is where the prana concept comes, and it's very important to understand that how this chakra thing is all working. Now, what happens? Because it's a specific to do with the mental class, of course, it does impact our physical body and emotions as well. But as our core subject today is about mind. So, when the energy is not flowing well, which means that even the energy or prana in the chakras is also not flowing properly. So, blocked or disrupted energy flow can lead to various mental health issues as well, including, but not limited to, including anxiety, depression, stress, highlighting us that, wow, I need to also work on my subtle body as well. Now, what usually happen when it comes to mental health, people do lot of hacks outside, which is not wrong. Like, for example, you go to psychiatrist or psychologist, or you hear a motivational class, but sometimes there is a basic problem in the body and there is no cure to it. I mean, no matter how many, this is not undermining the importance of a nice podcast or inspirational podcast. It is also kicking your mental prana for sure. But sometimes, have you seen this condition, or is it relatable that no matter how much good things you're doing on the outside, trying your best to seek help, maybe you're on the medication for your mental health, maybe you're hearing something inspirational, maybe you're doing some practices, but still you just keep feeling low, your anxiety is still not manageable, your emotion regulation has not been found yet. So there is a need where we need to literally get down on the level of physical body, prana, and then try to heal ourselves. So it's one of the perspective as well that can help many people who are struggling in spite of doing a lot of things on the outside. So we need to also consider the pranic way, because in all the scriptures, whether it's Bhagavad Gita or whether it's our Hatha Yoga scriptures, you will find some correlation between prana and mind. Just to, quote that way to make you understand that even in the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we know some shlokas emphasizing, where the prana, or I would say that air, wind, is compared to the mental states. And same goes with Hatha Yoga scriptures that the more agitated prana, the Shakti, the prana in the body, the energy in the body, the more agitated mind will be. So, if I want to really kind of, improve my mental well being, this is a wonderful perspective coming from our scriptures only that I can work on balancing my prana Shakti also. And when there is a intense amount of prana Shakti in particular areas in my body, it's like a shortcut. I can't really, as a person, we all cannot really figure out what nadis go where. It's very difficult because do you know the amount of nadis we have? The number of nadis? 72,000 nadis. And imagine each one having its own function. So it's difficult. We cannot really get into correcting all of that. But I know when these important nadis are meeting, they are my energy centers. And I really know what aspects of my consciousness they are connected to, what emotional imbalance I'm going to experience when certain energy centers are not aligned well. So it's a nice key in our hand, actually. The science is a beautiful a science where we already know. We can figure it out on our own through questionnaires, through contemplation, through journaling that, okay, what what energy work I need to do on which chakra. So it's possible and doable. And we have so many case studies where uh, just people have done some pranic work. With pranic work, let's not make it esoteric here. Pranic work means doing some kind of movement or scanning. No, practical application is there for sure for everything that I'm talking today. Okay. So that work is definitely needed when we are captured by so much of pranic work happening, right? So why we need to balance the chakra so that basically we find some resilience on whatever is happening around us. It's not that we will not have problem tomorrow when I align some of my chakras or I work on the level of my consciousness, but my resilience will get better, my emotional stability will get better, and we will become better at handling life's challenges and overall enhance the quality of our life. So you don't have to do some esoteric mantra practice all the time or get into meditation. Some simple activities also on the mat or off the mat helps in chakra balancing as well. Yeah, because they are a level of consciousness eventually. So now let's see the impact of each chakra on our mental health. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a precise discussion and overview. If I have to go into the depth of each chakra will be a big class in itself where we can actually even understand some case studies. We can see what happens to a person if the chakra is underactive or overactive. We are going to just see the overview of the things. Let's start with the first chakra. The first chakra is based located at the base of our spine, called as Mooladhara, the root chakra. And the main aspects of this chakras are grounding and stability. So it is very important. In fact, for any mental health condition that sometimes people talk to me about, or they want to understand more chakra therapy for it, the first thing that I always want to do is grounding for that person. Sometimes you're so much in the mind, the person with some anxiety, for example, or stress is so much in their own mind, then no matter what healing I will give them or what journaling activity, or I'll ask them to read scriptures, I will ask them to do chanting, meditation, there is no grounding. You understand this? Many psychologists and counselors also face this problem. That I truly understand that what's the problem with this person. He's anxious and he can do certain things, but he's so much in the mind, he or she, that whatever advice is given or whatever advice they know they should follow, nahi hota hai, not happening, because there is no grounding and stability in the personality. And that is why no matter what imbalances you might have in your mental health or in chakras for that matter, Mooladhara work is always important. Remember, because if there is no Mooladhara grounding, no matter what other energy healing or whatever activities or work or classes or meditations that you will give that person, it is not going to be well received. Okay. So grounding is one aspect needed to kind of calm down, come into the body again, kind of, and try to understand how exactly you're feeling. And that's the first step for any healing and therapy, right? Other than that, this chakra also gives you a sense of safety and security, which is very crucial for mental health stability and resilience against all the stressors that we experience in our lives. So, Muladhara is one of the most important work for anyone and everyone, I would say, no matter what majorly you define your problem or into specific chakras. But Muladhara work is always foundational work, right? And let's see what happens if this chakra is imbalanced. Main problems, these are like overview, as I said. The major problems can be conscious, uh, always constantly feeling anxiety, anxious, fear. This can be unknown or known fears, loneliness, and this can get into some addictive behaviors. It can range from phone addictions to some gaming to alcohol to substance abuse to even some kind of weird sexual activities. So it can be addictive behaviors that a person will make up for, feeling, get rid of this feeling. Same goes with some other chakra too, which we'll speak about, but mainly here as well, addiction is connected with. The person with balanced Muladhara usually is someone who has good sense of trust. He feels that life is problematic. I know some struggles are going on, but I'll be taken care. Universe will take care. Krishna will take care. Lord will take care. I know I have this higher connection. I feel that someone is always watching me, taking care of me. It's not that you are careless or something. You do your responsibility well, but you don't have this underlying fear and anxiety all the time. You just have a sense of safety that I know, ho jayega. Everything will be fine, ho jayega. So that is a good Muladhar sign, right? And a person with good Muladhar also connects to nature very well. Can be also a person who is very conscious of Mother Nature and all of that, right? So this is where Muladhar work is very important for our emotional stability and to reduce anxiety and fears. So let's talk about the practicality also. Let's talk about the restoration technique. That if my Muladhar chakra is weak, or if that's the foundation. Now, practices such as meditation and yoga, of course, this goes to all the chakras, but I'll give you some specifics now. Now, all the yoga poses that gives you a sense of balance, grounding, where your feet are firmly on the mat. For example, let's take a couple of examples. Tree pose, half tree pose, where your one feet is on the ground, or you're doing patangasana, the kite pose. Okay, so I'm giving some easy examples so that even those who are not from yoga background will understand what I'm trying to say. Any kind of balancing poses or any poses where your feet or one palm, let's say, is firmly grounded, where you have to balance, you have to find your grounding and then rise up in the pose. This is very helpful overall for the prana shakti traveling to the base of your spine. Okay. Uh, of course, meditation will go for all, but specifically any meditation that is grounding in nature. So more than meditation, actually, one of the what do you call easiest way of beginners meditation that helps Mooladhara is mindfulness techniques. Mindfulness is where you are trying to bring your senses in the present moment. One of the most simple mindfulness would be breath mindfulness, which we did in the beginning of the class when we started. That try to observe your breath in and out. That's it. This is also grounding. I just shut down all the noise going on out and I'm focusing in now. This is also grounding, the easiest. There can be breath mindfulness, walking mindfulness, there can be eating mindfulness, there can be mindfulness in action. So, whatever you're doing. So, any kind of mindfulness where grounding techniques where you are coming back in the present moment is very essential to get rid of this anxiety. The energy is more grounded on the base. So it's very important. Connecting with the nature in whatever way possible, Mother Earth, doing some gardening work for that matter, connecting with soil, walking bare feet is also a practical tool for your Mooladhara. So whoever feels anxious, you have to exercise, of course, for sure to get. So this is a typical advice, not just from a chakra healer or somebody, but even if you go to a professional psychologist or psychotherapist, whenever you're anxious, they'll ask you to move your body, exercise, because you are too much in your mind. You need to come to your body as well, right? So the more you exercise, the more you're out of the mind. Like you can bring some shutdown, and gradually it becomes a second habit then. So these are some of the few techniques. There are a lot many, but these are some few practical applications for this chakra. Let's move to the next chakra, which is slightly above the base of the spine near pubic bone, below the navel, Swadhisthana, sacral chakra. This chakra is said to be the seat of our emotions, very important, and creativity. Now, you already these two words are so important for the mental health. Creativity and emotions. This is the center. So if this is not in place, again, we can experience a lot of mental health disturbances, right? So it also how we express ourselves, not in terms of just talking, but creative art, or how we bring out our ideas, or how we get some like nice bulb moment in life. And because it's connected to emotions, it is to do with the relationships also with ourself, with our own self, and with others around us. So it's very important. When we all know that how disturbing relationships when we are not able to manage relationships, especially the closed one, it takes lot of emotional and mental toll. We already know this. So whenever we have some relationship issue thing coming on, as a chakra therapist, we always try to also work on Swadhisthana chakra. where a person can learn the art of managing relationship in a more healthier way and have more creative ways of communication and have better emotional regulation even when things are not going absolutely fine in any closed relationship or with the boss. Sometimes we get this, it's everything is fine at home but we are unhappy with how my work life is going. All that is connected to this chakra only. Now, what is the imbalances? The imbalance of this chakra can usually lead to a lot of emotional instability. And I think this is enough. I mean, there are a lot of things here written, but just saying that emotional instability is enough to see that how much your mental health is going to get compromised when there is emotional instability a lot. Okay? There's lack of pleasure. You feel that life is stagnant. So many people who are sad, depressed, they belong to this chakra category mainly. You know, uh, not enjoying in any kind of simple pleasures of life, always feeling stuck in life. This is one of the major things coming from this chakra, the feeling of being stuck. And then you have this burnout, you have this kind of midlife crisis. This all is coming from here because somewhere you were stuck in life and still going on and on and on. And what happens because of that? You're stuck, you're still dragging yourself, mental breakdown for sure. Yes. And when you're stuck, you're not creative for sure. That this is two contradictory things that can happen. You're not coming up with new ideas, or because you're so stuck, no creative ideas are coming to you. Because of that, one of the typical symptom of depression that happens, here, or when we are constantly sad or disconnected, we are often disconnected with our own self and how we are feeling. We numb ourselves. I don't want to feel anything. Forget it. Let this life go on. Acha ya bura, good or bad, I don't care. You don't care even, you become like kind of little insensitive also towards others, which creates all the more problem in relationships where you are kind of cutting off. It's too much, it's emotionally and mentally too overwhelming for you, everything happening, that you just want to cut off, you want to disassociate with emotion itself, the spectrum. You don't want to feel anything, you become numb. It might be a defense mechanism for some time, but it is unhealthy. It is unhealthy in a long run, for your mental health as well, or even for your emotional expressions, relationship. So becoming numb, disconnected to self and others is one of the symptoms that happens when Swadhisthana chakra is weak. Beautiful activities recommended here. Engaging in activities such as creative arts like music, drawing, craft, even sometimes just ideas coming up. It's also good. Dancing. Dancing is one of the amazing techniques recommended. And here the dance should not be very technical because if you see the nature of this chakra, it likes fluidity, flow. It does not like being stuck, right? We discussed that. So water. Water is the element. Now each chakra is also connected to every element. So for example, the Mooladhara was earth element. This is water element. So all water likes to flow, right? What happens to water when it is stuck at one place and not flowing? Useless, stagnant, right? Stale. It becomes good for nothing. So same like in our life also, we need flow in our life. We need fluidity. We want the life to be going and happening. So for that, water-based therapies also really help. What a water-based therapy? In simple language, just sometimes spending time in water, swimming, or taking a shower when you're overwhelmed. Try this simple hack sometimes. When you're emotionally overwhelmed, take shower. So you will instantly have perspective shift. Simple tools. But sometimes we want advanced therapies and big, big classes, and we forget this simple therapies available to us around us. Just taking shower, or even as simple as hearing the waterfall or water. It's also beautiful and relaxing for this chakra. So sometimes just if you don't have, the best would be natural sound of water, of course. But if you don't have natural source, no problem. You can play some sound of water on your instrument, on your phones. That is also fine. So when it comes to yoga, asanas and all, any kind of flowing asanas, not very technical, whether instructions are like, okay, now breathe in, raising the legs up, down, next asana. No. I'm not saying that's bad, but for this chakra, especially if you think that, okay, my emotions and needs little more help, then definitely you should do asanas that are more flowing in nature, like a sequence which is more flowing from one pose to another and not very technical, right? So flowing asanas sequences are really important, and something that is non-technical basically. And another thing is, it is said in pranically, in chakra and emotions, it is said that we store, all of us, we store a lot of suppressed emotions, whatever it is, anger, hurt, resentment. Moreover, also in our lower, the space where you have this chakra and near our hips region, near our hips. So all the hip opening asanas, some easy examples are butterfly, titli asan, malasan, the squat, Indian squat that we do. So some example, easy example here are really good also to have some pranic flow. Remember when I speak about asanas, asanas don't just work on the physical body's well-being. If you refer to scriptures and if you understand deeply about how asanas work and why people even get transformed with their emotions and mind with yoga poses, then this is the magic and hack here. If you do asanas with awareness, mindfulness, focusing on that energy center, you will see that thoughts are also prana, right? Thoughts are prana as well. So when your thought is going on that chakra, transformation will be experienced. So if you focus on Swadhisthana, emotions, you're doing some particular pose which is recommended for that site of that chakra, you will see the difference there. So all the suppressed emotions, repressed emotions that we store, it is said to be released. We experience freedom from it in our consciousness through movement as well. So hip opening poses and flowing asanas are recommended for Swadhisthana chakra, right? So dancing, creative art, water-based therapy is also amazing that you can think. Make a planner for you now. As you're hearing this class, I want all of you not just to intellectually enjoy whatever we are discussing, but also make a planner. Okay, I don't do this thing in my life, so maybe I should add and learn this amazing therapies further. The next chakra is a chakra of power, confidence, assertiveness. Uh, and it's Manipur chakra, the power of our self worth, self esteem. It is located at our navel center. Okay, each chakra also has specific colors and element as well that people use for meditation. For this one, it's the yellow color. And let's understand about the Manipur, the solar chakra, the solar plexus. It's all about power and self-worth. Everybody wants to feel powerful, right? The problem is sometimes we have given our power to the external world or people around us. For example, what typically when the Manipur chakra is weak, we try to find our power in the outside world through having some particular brand of clothing or things or cars or house in a particular locality, the hi-fi locality, particular designation in the job. Only then we feel powerful. This is also, even marketing strategies are based around Manipur chakra to stimulate your Manipur, for women, they say that you will feel powerful when you wear a particular type of fashionable clothing or you put some makeup on or put some creams, anti-aging. Only then you feel nice, confidence. But actually, what Manipur is trying to teach us is the real power is inside of us only. We don't have to seek it through the outside things. And this is where we many times, in spite of having a lot of things that externally are making us powerful, we are still feeling powerless inside sometimes, or having that fear or low self-worth. And this is where this chakra is all about, taking the power back, right? Enhancing our self-worth, self-esteem. This also, this chakra is also influencing our confidence in different areas of life, decision making abilities. And when we balance this energy center, we have a very good self worth. Now, very good self worth is really essential to function in different areas of our lives. When we have low self worth, definitely it is going to impact our mental health. Now, what happens now? Let's understand what happens usually, typically, with a person who has weak Manipur. There is an imbalance, uh, or if always a feeling of inadequacy. I don't have enough. I'm not, it's about us and also things. I'm not good enough. I'm not sure. You have fear of judgment, like if you want to do something, but you still feel that what people will think of me, because your self-worth is low. So you have given power to other people to decide on how you look good, how you feel good, what you'll do will make you look good. So your power is other people around you whom you're bothered about, right? So you'll always feel inadequate about yourself and everything, even sometimes material things that you have. You might get into social withdrawal, low self-esteem because of that, of course. Um, so, of course, these are just few, but there are many other, mental problems that we can have where we also develop this fragile ego, because this chakra is all about power, this fragile ego. And we feel sometimes that um, nothing, I'm the best. Even overactive Manipur, these are different symptoms now. Low is one, higher is one. Oh, anger. People with high Manipur sometimes, they also have anger issues. My way, highway type attitude. And have you seen that such people are actually sometimes mentally lonely and also struggling because they don't gel with people, because they think that whatever I am thinking is the right way. Anger issues and jealousy. Also, of course, in other chakras too, you have some symptoms like this, but also here we experience competition a lot. And we know this in the corporate world that because of this attitude of being competitive, how much it has destroyed our lives, our mental health, because we never feel good enough. We never feel settled, grounded. We never feel that I need to progress from the space of feeling grounded and settled, not from the space of I'm not good enough and then you progress. That progress will never help you ground in life. So these are some of the imbalances. And let's see what amazing techniques, restorative techniques you have for this chakra. Very important, especially if you have low Manipur, like if you always have low self-esteem, you have lack of confidence, you fear judgments, you lack self-esteem. Engaging in physical workouts. Now, this is not just yoga that I'm talking about. I'm talking about every exercise available in here, which is about strength training, martial arts, swimming, jogging, boxing, anything that is dynamic is very important to stimulate the energy in your core center, which is the energy of fire. The element of this chakra is fire. So we need to activate that. And of course, for those who have it activated already, those who are overactive Manipur, for example, they have anger issues, my way, highway type, very stubborn people, that's also troubling their mind at some point, right? In relationships and other areas. They can also continue doing the same things like workouts and all. At the same time, they need to add something from Muladhara space, from grounding, meditation, so that they can also relax, right? All kind of powerful breathing techniques in yoga like Bastrika, Kapalbhati. If you have done that before, you know it, some cleansing breath and pranayam. So that is recommended. In yoga asanas, you can do dynamic Ashtanga Vinyasa, which is more faster version of yoga, where you don't relax a lot in between the poses. It's a dynamic flow. You jump from one pose to another. It also makes you a little sweat, some asana practice. We have different categories of poses. Core strengthening asanas, which works on the core. For example, plank pose that we do in yoga, Dandasana. So plank, Falakasana, sorry. So the plank pose or the boat pose in the sitting, wherever you have your core, this area stimulated, shivering, all such poses are very important. One of the nice activities recommended for Manipur is also getting out of your comfort zone. Finding out one activity that you've been really fearful about. For example, if someone wanted to learn some new course or give some presentation, send some business proposal, or reach out people, do some marketing for their own self, driven business or some projects, and they're fearful of getting judged, get out of your comfort zone. Think beyond and do that. That really helps your Manipur chakra stimulation. And on the longer and a simple practice that makes you feel good about uh, your kind of day-to-day schedules is to making a to-do list on a regular basis. So for those who miss on the structure part in life, discipline, consistency, it's somewhere connected to this chakra as well. So the more you follow through with this, like you remain consistent, discipline, the more you make to-do list in the previous night before the next day, And if you follow through most of the things, you will see that you feel more confident about yourself. And we all experience that. The moment we have more list, more things ticked in our to-do list, we feel little better about ourselves. So simple hack like this is also important, right? Let's go to the next chakra, which is heart, Anahat chakra, the chakra of love, compassion, right? It's also center of our emotional connection. So again, relationship, forgiveness, forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, letting go. It's very important. This chakra is one of the, again, just like Muladhar, also very important chakra for our mental health. Most of us suffer a lot in our minds because we are holding on to a lot of things. We're holding on to a lot of things, experiences of the past, hurt, what people told us, or they made some mistakes, or they deeply hurt us, some trust issues, whatever, that happened in your life have got you into a space where you're holding on to things, maybe, right? You've not forgiven, or even if you're forgiven, you're holding on to that dense energy. Now, when I say holding on, to see where my hand is going naturally, I'm holding on. Do I ever say I'm holding on to things, or I'm holding on, or I'm holding on? We always say I'm holding on to things. Where is it? Heart. So this is the reason why we, this is where again lot of healing is not working for you. Whoever you are today in the class, or many of you are going to hear the recordings later, if you think that no subconscious work or positive information or good association or mantras or temple or deities or nothing, I still struggling a lot. Maybe you're not letting go something. What are you doing consciously? However, you're trying to fill in the cup. You're trying to get all the positive things, which whatever advices you get from others for your mental health, for your well-being, you take it in. Where is it going? There is no space. We're holding on to things. It's very important that we work on this center to get abundance in our life in all the areas, not just money wise. I'm saying abundance. Of course, that also comes through heart chakra and Muladhar. But even abundance and satisfaction in all the areas of life comes when we let go of a lot of things, right? Now, what happens when this chakra is not balanced? You hold on to a lot of things, as I said. Letting go is difficult. Jealousy, grief, unprocessed grief is there sometimes. When something happened, grief can be a genuine thing, like somebody met with a death in your close ones, family. Of course, it's a sad episode. But when we don't process the grief, we don't come to acceptance, it's a problem for this chakra. We can experience emotional numbness, again, detachment. We don't want to give love, receive love, become numb in our lives, right? And when we hold on to things, we don't want to forgive people. We hold on to a lot of resentment. Again, that does not make our pranically, at least pranically, does not have us open to receive. So very important to forgive, forget, let go, and that comes through from the space of this chakra, right? What are the restorative techniques? Of course, lot and lot of things goes in each of that, but primarily when it comes to asana and breath work, chest opening poses are really good to have some nice positive pranic flow in our heart center. So chest opening asanas, really good. And also deep breathing. If you see deep breathing, our chest expands every time when we do some deep breathing. All the types, different varieties of whatever pranayam that you do that requires to breathe in fully and deeply, it's very good for the heart chakra. Forgiveness, the whole ritual of forgiveness. There are a lot of modalities in chakra therapy to even proper psychologists, they recommend some different exercises, worksheets on how you can do forgiveness. Maybe we already are aware of that, but doing that consciously as a ritual is very important. I cannot just randomly walk one day in nature and think, I forgive this person. It will not have a deep impact. You need to make it a ritual, the way you do deity worship sometimes. See, Lord is everywhere, right? We all know that, but still we have temples, we have rituals. Some of the ritualistic activity are important to enhance our devotion. It's not that if I'm not doing that, I'm not a devotee, or I'm not devotional, or God is not there in my house. No, but we do it ritualistically to enhance. Same way, forgiveness exercises should be done like that, to create a ritualistic atmosphere around you. You sit, you go through the whole episode again, why you were hurt, cry if you want to cry, curse if you want to curse, You shout if you want to shout, and then you make a peace with it, right? So that is ritual exercise is very important. And of course, this is always spoken in every tradition, in every healing modality, is consciously expressing gratitude. Again, not randomly, but try to do it on a regular basis, formally, maybe write it down, speak it out loud, fix a time for it, but do it more consciously, not just randomly, okay, yeah, it's nice, I'm grateful. Do it more consciously. And of course, in many yoga scriptures, it is said, Hatha Yoga, all these scriptures of yoga, they say that the yoga of devotion, Bhakti Yoga, is said to instantly, without doing anything, maybe can really let go of a lot of burdens you're holding and open your heart to receive love. Because see, this chakra is all about love. So receiving and giving love can instantly happen when we seriously take up the process of yoga of devotion, the Bhakti Yoga as well. Let's go to the next chakra now, which is Vishuddhi, the throat chakra. Now, this chakra is all about your expressions through words, through art, communication. Some people, they always feel that I don't have no voice. Nobody asks me for advice. My decision is not respected. These people can have this blocked energy in the throat region. And sometimes you might as well see that the moment you want to give some presentation or you have a class, before that, you have some choking sensation in the throat. You feel fearful. See, little bit is normal, but I'm saying that that is the energy. We do feel some kind of, want to gulp something, lump. Many people have said this to me that whenever they have some presentation, they are ready, they have prepared a lot, but they get this lump. Then, of course, there are some nice hacks for it, but that is your throat chakra space. And this chakra is all about communicating your truth, your needs with respect, with authenticity. What is authenticity, guys? Where our inner world and outer world is not different completely. For example, my inner world is something different, my needs, my wants, my personality, but I'm completely living a different life outside for people to validate me for who am I, or just to people please, or to kind of have some impression, or just not to have FOMO, fear of missing out. So I change my approach to how I deal with people, how I present myself in the outside. The more you live like this, where there's a lot of space between your inner and outer world, the less authentic you are. And it is going to be dangerous eventually for you, and you're going to collapse mentally because you will have burnout for sure, because you are living a different life completely. You will have low self-worth always. Now what happens with imbalanced throat chakra? You always have this fear of speaking. Now, of course, everything has a reason, by the way. We are not going into the depth of it, but why do I have fear of speaking? Why am I anxious? Why do I don't feel confident? Everything has some connection to your childhood, to your upbringing, to your current experiences, and some traumas. But it is true. We do experience it. For no reason, we just feel that there's a group of people standing. I want to speak something, but I feel choked. I'm not sure. Anxiety about communicating, difficulty expressing your thoughts clearly. There are two personalities here. Either we overspeak sometimes, we talk a lot, or we just keep quiet, or we have nervous laughter, like, actually, I want to say, I'm not sure. So, you have this nervous laughter kind of a thing, and all of that. It comes under your throat chakra energy. Hmm? Basically, you might have social anxiety as well and inability to express adequately. All this is suppressing you somewhere, and this is not good for your mental health. What are the restoration techniques? All the yoga poses now that brings compression and tension to your throat region. The fantastic examples are the bridge pose. You have this compression here in the Setu Bandhasan, the bridge pose, shoulder stand, some bandhas we have in yoga. So they're really helpful. Anything to do with the shoulder as well, like shoulder opening, shoulder and chest and throat. Whatever areas are here, they are also good for throat chakra. Now, for all the people who love singing, continue doing it. It is definitely helping your throat chakra. For those who are not doing out of fear that my voice is not good, you don't have to be Nightingale of India, or for that matter, any singer, or professional training is required for singing. Just sing. Who cares? It's you, beautiful you. That's it. So singing is really essential to open up this energy. If you're always fearful of speaking your truth or otherwise, you have this anxiety. So, and journaling, because journaling gives your an expression. The throat chakra gets blocked when you don't have expression of what's happening. You want to share, but you don't have like-minded people. You fear that you will be confronted by someone, there'll be argument, there'll be like, fights, or I don't want to speak my truth because it's not safe with these people. I understand we all not are coming from a functional families. We all have some dysfunctional family, no matter who we are, from where we are. We have some elements like that where speaking everything is not good, but then not speaking is also not good for you. So journaling or having like-minded social circle group is very, very important, where you can speak, open up, right? The next chakra is now Agya, the Anahat chakra. Oh, sorry, third eye chakra, Agya chakra. This is located at here. Very, very important chakra again for all the yogis, especially. And because this chakra is connected with your psychic vision, the sixth sense, as we say, intuition, and gives you wisdom and spiritual direction. When this chakra is balanced, we experience expanded consciousness now. We understand there's something more to this world. It's not just about my material needs, my emotions, my relationship, my goals. All that is fine. Other chakras are taking care of that. But hey, there's something more to life. Now, if you come to that consciousness, congratulations. We already have some Agya working here. Yeah. You have this inner voice. When you have to take some decisions, you follow through that inner voice. You have greater sense of purpose in life. One thing I've always seen, person who has very strong purpose in life will have least mental health issues. One common thing. See, usually you see people with depression, they just have lost purpose in life. I don't know why am I even existing? I don't know why. What is my purpose? So you see, having purpose in life is connected to the mental clarity and overall well-being. I'm not saying people with purpose will not go through some things mentally, but the way they bounce back, the way they will again get back on the track is way faster because they have purpose. The clarity is there. So Agya Chakra and mental health will have a big episode. I think it is a completely different chapter, but because it connects us to the purpose of life, wisdom from all the different areas of our life, it's very important to work on this chakra. What happens now when there is imbalance of this chakra? Okay, there's disconnections from our intuition, lack of clarity. We don't trust our inner guidance. We don't even know there's some inner voice. We don't know how to even act, like, अंतरात्मा जो बोलते हैं ना, परमात्मा, for in bhakti maybe we can say paramatma, some kind of voice that tells you that don't do this, don't do that. Indecisiveness, confusion, lack of focus and purpose, obviously all this lead to a lot of issues with mental health. Sometimes the person with weak agya and the other higher chakras will also have some limiting beliefs in life, where they don't believe in subtle aspects of existence, like something that you can't see exists. They don't believe in that. They're very logical, intellectual. They might be making a lot of money as well, but they don't believe in this subtle healing or prana, or even for that matter, religion, God. They feel like, no, 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 I have not seen all this, so I don't believe. And because of that, of course, somewhere or the other in life, when they are hit with some issues, they don't know how to connect to their inner self. They're disconnected from that area, right? So that's where restorative practices come now, where any yoga asanas done with drishti, focus. For example, when I'm doing a particular pose, if I fix my gaze at some point, in a lot of asanas, poses, you will see that teachers recommend that when you're holding shoulder stand or sarvangasana, fix your gaze on your big toe, or when you're doing virasana, fix your gaze on your fingertips. So fixing your gaze nicely in some balancing poses or all the asanas is really good for agya. All kinds of meditation, whether it's mindfulness, breath meditation, silence meditation, vipassana, whatever type of meditations are there, are really good for this agya chakra. All, even chanting, of course, all meditations that exist in the world which brings you to focus on your inner self, on your higher self. All of the meditation modalities, authentic, that are available are very good for third eye. And primarily, I did not mention that previously, but each chakra has its mantra as well. So when you chant that mantra also, it is recommended. For Agya chakra, the mantra is Om. And Om is a very powerful mantra. So it you will see in many yoga traditions, Omkar is given a lot of importance, not just for spiritual benefits, but also for physical and mind. Whenever the patient has, we see, like I'm talking about patient as in when we have a yoga therapy hospitals to some of the schools that I'm tied up with. So anything comes with anxiety, mood swings, mental disorders, we recommend at least hear Om or chant Om. It's very important for the mind. So it is highly recommended. Right? Coming to the last chakra now, Sahasrar. This chakra is said to be little above the crown here, and this chakra is now associated to a higher truth, universal, connection with our universe and our true purpose in life. So when we have a strong sahasrar, it's beautiful because we feel connected to the highest consciousness, whatever you call it. For some people, it's universe, Brahman, God, Krishna, different names of gods. So something that they see that I'm not the highest, I am connected to the highest. So when they come to that consciousness, that is a very good sahasrar chakra. You have a sense of purpose in life that I know my purpose, I know who am I, you're clear about that, and it's beautiful. You see, sometimes the remedy of all the mental health conditions, if not clinical, I cannot speak this for clinical things, of course. Clinical means they need some medication and that should be respected. However, even beyond that now, after medication and depressions and all, if some chemical balances are achieved, a person comes to a particular stage, all have this question and we try to understand that what is the main cause of this mental health issues, right? You all heard in the previous classes too, I'm sure much more than what I'm talking right now about this, that somewhere we are losing on the sense of purpose and higher connections, and that leads us to have more imbalance in our minds with our situations and circumstances and challenges happening around us because we are too attached to what is happening to us in this world, and we are missing on the higher picture. And that is one of the main reasons. Same as with Sahasrar. However, mind you, for mental health, never think that this is the only remedy now. Or a disclaimer here, somewhere, what has happened also is, luckily, fortunately, with Lord's grace, with Guru's mercy, or because of our chakra balance, whatever you want to call, we got highest. We got connected to our sahasrara directly. We understood what is higher connection. We understood what is the highest consciousness, spirituality. However, people still struggle. Why? Because they've not taken care of their other chakras and their emotions and mental aspects. Just you will see that even somebody who is into spiritual paths, who have achieved this, some balance and alignment with Sahasrar, is also struggling mentally. Why this is happening now? Here, the holistic advice comes from, a spectrum of holistic yoga, chakra healing, that you need to also take care of your other layers of existence. For example, if your Mooladhar, Swadhisthana have been in a great imbalance, for some time you will see because of the high power at Sahasrar or this consciousness, you're happy, 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 and suddenly again you collapse. Hey, I'm not feeling grounded. My emotional regulation is not happening. I don't feel like taking actions in my life. So going back again, it's a journey, right? What happens when we have imbalance in Sahasrar? Coming back to this chakra again, lack of purpose, disconnected from oneself, confusion, distraction, lack of focus, depression, existential crisis. Why am I existing? What's my purpose? Inability to go certain attachments and limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs is one of the important thing on this. Okay, I read a question on the chat. I'll finish this topic and then speak on that. Sure, very important question. And let's go to the next modality now, restoration technique. All kind of meditations, of course, again, whether it's a spiritual bhakti or any kind of meditation, helps in connecting us to the higher consciousness. And very important thing that you all should keep doing for your sahasrara maintenance. Even if you're already into spiritual paths, you want to not lose the prana in your highest chakra, right? Keep learning new things, improve your knowledge and awareness. This is very important nourishment dose for your highest chakra. So it's very essential to keep learning new things. Now, when I say this, I'm speaking from both the perspectives, from spiritual as well. Yes, you can keep learning, reading scriptures, and keep learning new things in your spiritual path, new practices that are done. I'm also talking absolutely in normal material life, doing some new courses, learning some new skills, techniques, farming maybe, or singing, or music instrument, anything. That whole, the subtle benefit of learning something new itself is very good for this energy center. So this is one of the biggest thing that we do. And of course, when it comes to yoga, Shirshasana poses like headstand, which brings flow to the head region, and also a little bit of whatever I spoke previously for the third eye center is also beneficial, right? So this was the overview of the chakra. Last, we'll have a small, like around 7 minutes meditation, 7 to 10 minutes meditation, if you like, on just general chakra energization. And that will be like a beautiful culmination to this entire session. Let me just open the chat box here. Can you suggest a good book on mindfulness and chakras? So there are different, mindfulness will be slightly different, chakras different, but there are two books that I can speak. These are from the Western author, because I think if I recommend something from India, it becomes a little esoteric, where there's a lot of irrelevant, I'm not saying bad, but irrelevant information is there. So I will prefer giving some Western author today for this class, making your journey more practical. It's the book is called as Eastern Body and Western Mind. Mind by Adonia Judith. Maybe the spelling is a little bit here and there, but you'll get it on the Amazon. And the same author has a book, Chakras. Now, Eastern Body and Western Mind is for little more thing, ferocious readers who like a lot about psychology, shadow work, inner child healing, and of course, along with the chakra practices, asanas. It's a little psychological in nature, the whole book, Eastern Body and Western Mind. Okay. But the if you are absolutely beginner on this subject and you are like, wow, like, oh my God, I need to know more about this, but you don't want to dwell right now too much into the psychological details of the each chakra or mind and all of that matter, then you can refer to Chakras, Chakra book by her. The are the two books I recommend. Right? Okay, now if you're ready, um, let's enjoy this small meditation where all you have to do is just hear my voice. Ensure that you have a D&D space around you. If you want to reduce the lights in your room, that will be appreciated, nice. And you can have a beautiful ambience with lesser lights. If you want to burn some candle incense sticks, that is also fine in next few seconds, quickly if that is possible. You can do that as well. The second book is Chakras, same author. So now all of you can sit comfortably with your back straight, preferably keeping your eyes closed. Quick preview of what we are going to do now. We're going to take our awareness, our consciousness with our closed eyes to each energy center. And we will be kind of uh, touch basing on each aspects of chakra with breath work, with affirmation, with some positive words there. So now you can find a comfortable seat. You can be seated or you can recline or lie down, but remain awake and alert. If you're sitting on a chair, have your feet flat on the floor. Start by relaxing your shoulders. Find some length in your spine as you breathe. Take a few deep breaths into your belly. Allow your belly to expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Continue with this practice for next few moments. Deep inhalations and long exhalations. Set an intention and give yourself permission to connect with the consciousness of your chakras. Give yourself permission to see, feel, or sense your chakras with clarity and openness. Our chakras are spinning wheels that store every thought, emotion, memory, or experiences we've ever had in our lives. They are centers of consciousness that manifest people, situations, and experiences. Whatever happens in your energy field manifests in your life. Today, we're making a small effort to cleanse and align the seven main chakras through our breath, awareness, visualization, and affirmations. By expanding your chakras with this practice, gradually you may notice shifts in perspective, a release of emotions, or healing in your physical body. All you need is the willingness to become aware of your energy centers. Now, begin by visualizing a red vortex of energy stemming from the base of your spine. This is your Mooladhara chakra. It holds the energies related to your journey to earth, health, material well being, and loved ones. As you visualize this red sphere of energy expanding, you are calling in feelings of vitality, safety, and abundance. Breathing in trust, breathing out fear, breathing in nourishment, breathing out illness. As your root chakra strengthens, you know you're worthy of being here. You know that your material needs are always taken care of. You are comfortable in your body. You are centered, rooted in life, and trust the universe. You are grateful for your health as it is essential to fulfill your purpose here in this life. Send one last deep cleansing breath to the base of your spine where your Muladhara red chakra resides. Begin by visualizing now an orange wheel of energy in your pelvic area. This is your Swadhisthana chakra, and it holds the energies related to any changes in your life, creativity, and emotions. As you visualize this orange sphere of energy expanding, you are calling in the feelings of delight and creativity. Breathing in pleasure, breathing out guilt, breathing in ease, breathing out shame. As your sacral chakra strengthens, You allow yourself to feel, process, and release your emotions. You flow through changes with ease. You play and embrace your creative gifts. You release addictions and dependencies. You are passionate about life and its pleasures. Now send one last deep cleansing breath to the pelvic area where your orange sacral chakra resides. Now begin by visualizing a yellow chakra of energy stemming from the center of your abdomen. This is your Manipura chakra, and it holds the energies related to your self esteem, ambition, and integrity. As you visualize this yellow ball of energy expanding, you are calling in the feelings of courage, self discipline, and empowerment. Breathing in confidence, breathing out fear, breathing in consciousness, breathing out judgment, anger, and resentment. As your solar chakra strengthens, you are comfortable with your own power and you act courageously. You love, respect, and accept yourself the way you are. You are confident and build a healthy self esteem. You know you can manifest anything you need. You can set healthy boundaries. You surrender to your heart with ease. You are conscious of your ego. Now, sending one last deep cleansing breath to the center of your abdomen where the yellow Manipur chakra resides. Now, begin by visualizing a green chakra of energy stemming from the center of your heart. This is your Anahat chakra. And it holds the energies related to love, forgiveness, and trust. As you visualize this green sphere of energy expanding, you are calling in the feelings of dedication, hope, and surrender. Breathing in gratitude, breathing out envy, breathing in compassion, breathing out grief. As your heart chakra strengthens, you offer unconditional love to yourself. You open your heart to giving and receiving love without fear. You generously give without expectations. You know you can forgive. You know that the most powerful energy is love. Send one last deep cleansing breath to the center of your heart where your green heart chakra resides. Now, begin by visualizing a blue wheel of energy stemming from your throat. This is your Vishuddhi chakra, and it holds the energies related to your expression, truth, and communication. As you visualize this blue ball of energy expanding, you are calling in the feelings of creativity and faith. Breathing in authenticity, breathing out fear. Breathing in acceptance, breathing out judgment. As your throat chakra strengthens, you express yourself with love. You are committed to your truth. You are content even in silence. Creativity flows through you. You speak with integrity. Now, send one last deep cleansing breath to the center of your blue throat chakra. Begin by visualizing now an indigo wheel of energy stemming from the center of your forehead. This is your third eye chakra, Agya chakra, and it holds the energies related to your intuition, transcendence, and learning. As you visualize this indigo sphere of energy expanding, you are calling in feelings of inspiration, wisdom, and clarity. Breathing in inside, breathing out doubt, breathing in divinity, breathing out fear. As your third chakra strengthens, you are open to receiving guidance from the highest source of your own understanding. You honor and follow your own intuition. You are aligned with your vision. You are self aware and learn from your mistakes. The left and the right sides of your brain are balanced in harmony. Now, send one last deep cleansing breath to the center of your forehead, where your indigo colored third eye chakra resides. Begin by visualizing a purple wheel of energy stemming from the top of your head. This is your crown chakra, and it holds the energies related to spiritual awakening, universal connections, and understanding your truth. As you visualize this purple sphere of energy expanding, you are calling in the feelings of connection and awareness. Breathing in divinity, breathing out distrust, breathing in wisdom, breathing out limiting beliefs. As your crown chakra strengthens, you feel connected to all around you. You are open to inspiration and learning. You feel complete. You know you are an extension of the divine. You're open to receiving divine love and light. You know that you are infinite and boundless in every way. Send one last deep cleansing breath to the top of your head where your purple crown chakra resides. Our seven main chakras are now aligned, cleansed, and balanced. With your breath, awareness, visualization, and shifts in perspectives, you have organized your energy centers. When you create harmony in your chakras, you create harmony in your life. You experience your full potential. You become self aware. And now, whenever you feel ready, next few moments, you can rub your palms together, cup your eyes, and gently bring your palms over your face. Bring your palms at your heart center. And let us surrender today's practice and the results to the Supreme Lord, expressing our gratitude to all the beings who have helped us in our lives at some point. Let us send loving kindness, everyone. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, healthy, safe, and free. Open your eyes gently. I wish to thank all of you for your enthusiastic listening and active participation in today's class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.